Falava, welcome to Tangata Pasifika. We're here at Auckland's Pasifika Festival this year at the new venue of Hayman Park in Manukau.
Honestly, it is going off this morning. We're right in the heart of South Auckland's Pacific community. Now, there's 11 villages set up around the park here. Each have got their own cultural stage. You can hear one right behind us. And there's over 230 stalls selling delicious Pacific food. We can smell it right now. I want it. And crafts.
That's right. And on today's show, we'll bring you some of the highlights at the different villages. We're also giving away $200 worth of grocery vouchers. Find out how later in the show. And to help us do that is our roving reporter, John Pulu. Good morning, John.
Malo tau mai, Bongpongini, beautiful people of the South Pacific. I'm here kicking off the opening service for Pasifika 2015. I'll be taking you around on a little tour of Pasifika here in Hayman Park, and also, hopefully, please, I want to try some of the food that's on offer today. We're going to have so much fun. Back to you, Tom and Marama.
Thank you, John. Now for a look at what else has been happening in our Pacific community this week. Here's our Pacific News with Saina Walava Saneli Chadwick.
Thanks, Marama. Thanks, Tom. There are fears dozens are dead after Category 5 Cyclone Pam ripped through Vanuatu last night. Unconfirmed reports say more than 40 people are dead. Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs Director Soon Goodnitz says the immediate concern is for very high death toll and also an enormous amount of destruction and devastation. Neighbouring countries, Tuvalu and Kiribati, have also felt Pam's wrath, with flooding and strong winds causing widespread damage. The storm is expected to pass east of New Zealand during Monday and Tuesday. And New Zealand youth organisations received a funding boost from the government to help at-risk Pacific youth become more business savvy. The government's Youth Enterprise Fund granted Crosspower Ministries Trust in Otara $25,000 in a bid to encourage business skills development. Crosspower 274 leader Lawrence Manase says the funding will help create future Pacific business leaders.
Instead of selling drugs, you know, they learn how to sell a product, which is on a legal basis, and you know, go through that whole function and operation about it too. It's the mindset. So the, you know, entrepreneurial thinking is probably the new direction of where these kids should be going.
Crosspower also received funding from Auckland Council's Sprint program. Polyfest organisers won't let the rain dampen their spirits ahead of next week's Polyfest in Auckland. The festival's Saturday performance was postponed last year because of heavy rain from Cyclone Lucy. Polyfest organiser Teresa Howard says come rain or shine this year, there's only one thing on people's minds.
What is definitely going through the minds of the students and also the tutors and teachers is they just want to get onto the stage. They're just ready to go. There is just so much energy from the very beginning right to the end. They just want to put on their uniforms, get up on the stage and just go for gold.
The festival is celebrating its 40th year and will begin this Wednesday at the Manukau Sports Bowl. The fourth Le Tānoa Pasifika seminar series launched in Auckland this week in a bid to find affordable housing solutions for Pacific people. Around 80 people packed Auckland's Manukau Council building to discuss how to get Pacific people into their own homes. The Ministry of Business and Innovation's Pasifika Chief Advisor, Matalena Leao Pepe, says one option is Pacific communities coming together to buy their own home.
So housing is about an intergenerational opportunity to look after our people to the best we can. We have affordability issues. We also have safety issues in housing. And so today it's about looking at how can we use our collective wealth in our families so that we can enter into the housing market.
The fifth and final seminar will be held next month. The Pacific community is in mourning following the death of one of its oldest members this week. Mele Vaele Ioelu was 104 years old. The Mangere resident was an avid Manu Samoa rugby fan and had vivid memories of Samoa's Mau movement. A family service will be held today, with her funeral taking place this Tuesday in Manukau. To sports now, Fijian flyer Nemani Nondolo has been awarded Digicel's Pacific Island Players Player of the Year award. The 27-year-old played in Fiji's 7 international test matches last year, scoring 7 tries, including this intercept against Wales. Nandolo also picked up the Fijian Players Player Award and will feature for the Crusaders in their match against the Lions this afternoon. And finally, congratulations to Cook Islander Karun Rangi, who's been elected president of the Pasifika Women's Group. Rangi is a long-time member of the group and was elected at the organisation's annual meeting in Manukau last weekend. She has plenty of governance experience in the public and private sector and is a chartered accountant who runs her own consultancy. And that's your Pacific News for this week. Back to you guys out there at Hayman Park, Marama and Tom.